Well, the porch pirate epidemic seems to peak this time of year, but how often is the delivery person the one allegedly committing the crime? Eyewitness News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry explains how good old-fashioned detective work nabbed a pair of suspected porch pirates.
Police say it was video they got from a homeowner that helped them figure out who allegedly stole a pricey guitar off of someone's porch in the Peru area. It's a common crime this time of year that has agencies teaming up to help take suspected thieves down.
A quiet street, a lone package.
A lot of times these packages are left on the doorstep.
Equals a vulnerable site.
Nobody's around.
Officer Carlos Ortiz says this is often the perfect combination for theft.
We're a major city in the U.S. and these things happen.
And according to police, it happened again, this time in the Peru area. Isaac Lagunas and Nadia Essler face a misdemeanor theft of $750 to $2,500 after they allegedly stole a pricey guitar off of someone's porch.
They actually turned to UPS for help from the video that was obtained from the homeowner.
A joint task force taking on these kinds of crimes was able to identify Nadia Essler as a seasonal UPS employee. Police believe Isaac Lagunas was her partner in crime.
This is the only theft that we currently have where she's a suspect in.
But that doesn't mean there aren't more victims out there. Police say there are ways you can prevent yourself from becoming the next. Track your package, have it delivered to your workplace, or the more common trend, install a security camera. That way investigators know who to look for.
It really helps provide officers with more concrete information to actually get out there and make an arrest.
And with that Class A misdemeanor charge, Essler and Lagunas face up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $4,000 or both. Reporting on the north side, Jaleesa Irizarry, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.